Good afternoon, traders. It is Friday, February 10th, 2017, and the U.S. stock market is closed. Hey, we closed out positive over $13,000 today, and normally I would not consider that such a bad day, but quite honestly, it was a little disappointing. You can see here yesterday we had this nice move in the Dow, and that got us into quite a few trades. And then we had good follow through here. You can see the Dow opens up and it goes higher. Normally, we should see an improvement on what we were holding when the Dow closes here. Uh, we should see an improvement, and we didn't see an improvement. We had about almost $18,000 in open trade equity yesterday when the Dow's closing here, and this morning we end up getting, by the time we got out, we had got about a little over 13,000. So we actually saw our equity shrink a little, but what was worse, what really was disturbing to me, is that 17,000 actually went to close to 24,000 about 15 minutes after stocks opened. And then it started to shrink. And in this 30 minutes or so that we wait to get out, we went from 24,000 to 13,000 in terms of what we got out. So that just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. We've seen this pattern a lot in trying to write an algorithm that you're going to use all the time. It's really tough because some days like today, you'd be much better off to get out, say, 15 minutes after the open. We would have made a lot more money doing that today. Instead, we waited about 45 minutes and we ended up giving a lot of those profits back. But believe me, I know from experience, as soon as we change it, we'll start seeing huge profits being taken 45 minutes after the open. So it's just one of those things. That's one of the crazy things about trading a mechanical system. You just got to do it day after day, and the profits will pile up. But today, we kind of did not do so well as I would have expected, given this kind of pattern. Anyway, nice move on the Dow. Ended up gaining 96 points today. Looks very, very strong. And, I'm going to call it up again for Monday. It's always tricky calling stocks over the weekend because a lot can happen. But anyway, I'll call it up for Monday. I'll show you a few of the trades here. This first one is in AK Steel, and I just want to show that this was the problem we're having with profit takers today. Yesterday we bought this thing second hour or so. It closed quite favorably on the close, and then it pops up there very nicely on the open. See that? We had like getting close to $3,000 in profits there in AK Steel, and then look what happens in 45 minutes. Down, down, down. By the time we got out down here, that $3,000 in profits had shrunk to a point where it wouldn't buy us a good lunch. So, and this pattern was repeated in several of our stocks, and that's where this $12,000 in profits went up in smoke this morning in that critical 30 minutes shortly after the open. I will show you another one that went better than that. Well, actually, this again shows the problem we had. This is CLF. This is Cliffs Natural Resources. And we bought this yesterday right out of the gate. Had a really nice run yesterday. And I think we're pretty, up here on top, we're close to $7,000 with this. it gapped down this morning, did come back a little. By the time we got out of there, we did have $5,000 in closed out profit. So it's still a good trade. But again, I don't understand this gap that we had. This hurt us. And finally, another energy. These are all energy. This was an energy day. Um, this is Stone Energy. You've seen this chart. I mean, these charts a lot. Stone Energy is just incredibly volatile. And yesterday we got a nice entry here. Look where this thing opened. It pulled way back very nicely, allowing us to get in. See, we're delaying that get in, and this is where that delay helped us. We, instead of getting filled up here, we got filled down here, and then it moved very nicely all day, and it gapped up this morning, allowing us to get out there with and made another $5,000 in Stone Energy. So that looks real good. Anyway, can't complain about the day. I just wish we had done a little bit better than we had. That's the way it went. You guys have a fantastic weekend, and I'll be back here on Monday.